and I don't want to have to work and also commit to teaching 7 days a week. I'm not about that life. I don't want to do that. So
can I? Can I start now? Can I start now?
mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. Oh, can I? Hey, wait, I want to see meals. Hey, wait, it's my turn next. I want news. Can I? Wait.
So what I'm about to do, now that it's been in there for about 5 minutes, I go ahead and add some melted butter to the top of each muffin for a nice golden look and savory taste. Yeah.
Yes?
So here we go. We're going to add some savory butter.
I want a savory butter. Will I help you?
No, I don't need help, but let me do it. Now, the reason why you did not see me add like hash browns in my mixture is because for dinner tonight, I'm making a dish that includes hash browns, so I didn't want us to have it twice. So let's go ahead and clean up this mess. Are you ready to wash your hair today?
Yay!
You're looking at it. It's almost done. Is it almost ready?
Yes.
Okay. I was in the process of detangling her hair.
Mommy, don't hurt my hair. Only gonna hurt my hair.
I'm not going to hurt your hair. You're so beautiful.
My hair.
Jeremiah, I know you made a little soup today. That's fine. But you need to come to the stove and rinse out that pot and put it in the dishwasher or wash it. I am not going to get it for you. Michael did not cook. He passed gas reading. Just put these in the dishwasher. Oh, I don't have any more mixture, so all this is just some white vinegar and some Dawn dish soap. I just mix it in here and I use it for the kitchen, the bathroom. This is great in the tub to remove mildew or soap scum or just to give your tub or toilet or whatever a nice clean. This really, really works. Sorry for all that background noise. My son is vacuuming. I do not cut it with water or anything. You can put, what's it called? You can put like scents in it to remove the vinegar smell, but I'm okay with it and it goes away within a minute, so it's cool. Jeremiah, aren't your clothes ready? They're in the dryer. You can go take that other stack that's in the living room and go ahead and finish that, right? It's ready. Go. Sanaya, please come pick up all your blocks. Okay? Let that sit for just a second or two. Let me go and check on these muffins.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Weird. Okay. So these turned out pretty big, so that tells you I like overfilled them. But it's so good. Move your hand, kid. Looks so good. Okay. What you doing, baby? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Bye. What picture does the go with? Can you show me? Oops, sorry. Does that go with goat? No. Show me the pictures.
Yes.
So, no. That's X. What picture is that? What picture is that? Elephant. How about this? X. Excellent. X-ray. Good girl. X-ray. All right.
I just couldn't find it.
Time. So let me see your map. So how many did you get out of 30 on the map?
Alexa, turn off
1, 2,
timer.
3, 4, 5.
Alexa,
6.
turn off the timer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You only got 10 out of 30?
Oh, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
My video.
10, 11, 12.
I don't think you're counting everything. Can you please take your time and count
1,
everything?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So you got-
15.
So 15 out of 30 states?
Yes, that's
I'm going to give you 5 more minutes. And you need to find-
Help.
I'm not helping
It
you.
only helps if I actually know them.
You do know
I don't
them.
know the places they are in.
So you don't know where. So which ones are you missing?
I am missing.
Mommy's
I know
going
one
to
thing.
take a picture.
Oh, see?
I totally forgot to put on.
Do you remember our acronym? Maybe some of them are in those places.
Grandma, mom, grandma.
Uh-huh.
Grandma, the chef man.
Don't have a cow. The main reason why you shouldn't go down Tornado Alley.
I don't know, Mom.
You don't remember those?
I just don't know.
Okay, so what states do you have?
Alaska, Hawaii, California, Arizona, Colorado, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Maine, Connecticut, Delaware, and Maryland.
Okay, so here, find the rest and label them. Wait, first put 15 out of 30 at the bottom so I know how many
It's
you have.
16 out of 30.
Okay, put 16 out of 30. I said at the bottom, but it's okay. Okay. And go ahead and do the rest.
Wisconsin. Oh.
Wisconsin wasn't even one of your words. Wasn't even one of your states you were studying.
I know.
Oh, okay. What I'm going to do is maybe bring it down to 2 to 3 subjects per day. And then within the allotted time, we're going to start on those assignments together or allow him to start those assignments while I'm there. And then he can finish those assignments on his independent day. Another option that we talked about was doing one subject per day or one subject per day. So let's say today we did math. We would spend, let's say 4 hours in our homeschooling for the day. So those 4 hours would be math only. Between lecturing, him doing and completing his work, DVDs, assignments, activities, whatever. We would do one subject per day and finish that subject off. So there is no work for that subject on an independent day. If I do that, that means that we're not going to get through all the subjects within a week. What that also means is that we would be doing some type of schooling every single day. And he seemed to be okay with that. So I told him if we do one subject per day, we have like 5 core subjects. We'll get through that. And then he technically won't have independent days. It'll be lecturing every day. But then I said, you know what? That's going to take up a lot of my time. I don't want to lecture every day. So, we kind of played around with that. Another option was doing 2 subjects per day, 2 hours per subject. And that would include the lecturing, completing any activities, starting on his assignments, and then he would keep his independent days in which I do not teach because I have to work and I don't want to have to work, and also commit to teaching 7 days a week. I'm not about that life. I don't want to do that. So he was okay with that. Again, 2 subjects per day, completing all activities, starting the assignments, and finishing anything that was incomplete on his independent days. So, we also talked about doing 3 or 4 days a week of schooling, but packing it all in and then cutting off independent days. And then he would have, 3 days off per week, completely off. And then 4 days would be strict schooling. But if we did that to make sure we learn the material that I want him to learn for the year, those 4 hours would have to increase to about 5.5 hours to still meet the content and the timeline that I want to meet. Now, with me saying that, I understand we don't have to finish the curriculum. I'm not one of those gals where I have to finish the book or I have to finish everything I lesson plan for. Definitely not that chick. However, there are certain points that I want to meet. There are certain goals and objectives that I want to meet for every single subject. Okay? So, if a math book has 120 lessons, I've already pinpointed for myself as a goal I want to get to at least lesson 85 as an example, right? Because at that particular point, that gets me to where I want to be as an example. So when we start off next year, we'll be able to pick up where we left off, because many curriculum, if you're sticking within the same publisher, the same type of curriculum, they normally give you a review of a few chapters in the beginning anyway. So if I stop at a certain point and I pick up the following year using that same sequence, that same publisher, or that same piece of curriculum, then we would be A-okay. So there is a goal for every single subject that I want to get to at a minimum. So in order to meet that, we would have to do certain things. So I had that discussion with him as well. So there's a lot of different ways that we can play with the schedule. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm shining I'm just facing the sun right now. But yeah, so there's different ways that we can do this schedule thing that we talked about. And we're going to go ahead and try multiple ways. I've seen you guys, if you have your own YouTube channel, I've seen different ways that you've done it as well. So we're going to consider those things just to find what fits for us. And, routine schedules, how we do things, y'all, that's going to change every year. It just depends on the season. Depends on what's taking place. Depends on what's happening. So I'm absolutely open to making those necessary changes to make life work for all that's involved. I don't want to be strict. I don't want to be stringent and restrictive, when it comes to our learning journey and schedule, because hey, we're home educators, so we can make it fit our life. That's the beautiful thing about it. And I don't want it to be stressful or so schooly. Although, I am a bit traditional, although I'm eclectic in how I do things. I put a hodgepodge of stuff together. When I take these little homeschool styler tests, they say, oh, you're an unschooler. And I'm like, what? I am not an unschooler. I don't feel like an unschooler. I don't think I unschool. But however I'm answering these questions on these little homeschool quizzes and to determine your homeschool style, it says eclectic and well, no, they don't use the word eclectic. It says straight unschooling. But again, as children grow and they mature and they develop, what they want to do, how they want to do it, how they feel about it can change. So this gives us an opportunity to kind of step back and reflect and think about how we're doing it, and if it's the best way, and if there are other ways that we can do it. So we figured it's the schedule, it's the routine. Let's fine tune that. Let's play with a myriad of options and find something that sticks. So that's where we are.